How's it going, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning into this video, and if you are new to the channel, welcome. My name is Jesse, and on this channel I primarily do 6.5 stuff, help people out with their trucks and whatnot, try to get them back on the road, but all work and no play makes me a dull boy. So I picked up a new project. I've been looking to tear something apart piece by piece and put it back together for quite some time, and realistically right now tearing my truck apart isn't the smartest option. So a little bit on my backstory as far as ATVs, snowmobiles, stuff like that goes. I've actually never owned a quad or a four-wheeled ATV. When I was really young, my father bought a Honda TRX 125 for me and my brothers to share, but as far as owning one, I've never owned a four-wheeler. My very first ATV was actually an ATC. I bought, I believe it was an 86 Yamaha Tri-Moto 200E shaft drive. The next ones I owned were two Yamaha phasers. One was a phaser 1, one was a phaser 2, a Polaris Indy 500 long track, and a 1980, I believe it was an 86 as well, KX 125. I've ridden a bunch of four-wheelers. I absolutely love them. They're a blast, which is why I'm excited to get this one up and running, because I'm not super far away from Royal Blue or Windrock here in Tennessee. So I would love to go ripping the trails on this quad. So I need something for the winter just to, you know, tinker around on or anything like that. So here it is, my 2000 Yamaha Warrior 350, and boy does she need some love. I picked it up for $500 from a guy out in Sharps Chapel, Tennessee, and he told me it was a 2003. I ran the VIN, and obviously it is not. It is a 2000 bone stock, more or less run hard and put away wet its entire life. It looks all right. I mean, I can't complain too much about the plastics, and it's got a brand new seat cover, but that is about as far as taking care of it went. All of the tires are completely dry rotted. Both the steers are different sizes, and they all leak air. So definitely need some new tires. Wheels, the back ones and the left side steer are the original gold ones, and obviously this one is just some aluminum wheel, but they're thrashed. There's really not a whole lot good on the quad other than the frame and the motor does spin over. I did make sure it spun over once I got it back to the house. But tires are just junk. Swing arm is all rotted. All the bearings are destroyed. Nothing has ever seen grease. That starter solenoid is not the original. Let's go over here and see. The power wire for the starter is burnt up against the exhaust, so that definitely needs some fixing. Brakes, there's some on the steer, but absolutely nothing for the back brakes. The clutch does not work, and it is pretty stiff. Battery, of course, is dead. Gonna need to tighten the headlight bezel or swap it up for something different. But I'm pretty sure I have a decent platform to start ripping it apart. I have not started it or anything like that. Of course, I just got it to spin over, make sure the motor was free. It does suffer from the case being broken. It looks like somebody aluminum welded it back, but cross that bridge when we get to that point. Everything's just dirty. I did inspect the frame. I didn't see any cracks or anything like that, but so yeah, this is my new project and I'm super excited to get into it. Primarily the reason why I'm not ripping my truck apart. Prices on things are kind of out of this world right now. Parts are getting harder and harder to come by for my pickup. As far as, you know, in the price range is affordable. And I don't necessarily have a third vehicle right now. That will come towards the beginning of next year. And I just really needed something to rip apart and rebuild from the ground up. So I found this 2000 Yamaha Warrior for sale on Facebook Marketplace for 500 bucks. The guy was moving back to North Carolina, so he just needed it going. He couldn't take all of his toys with him. So I picked it up. I'm incredibly stoked to get it to where I have the vision in my head. And four-wheeler parts are super, super cheap comparative to truck parts and stuff like that. But for all of my subscribers as of this point, I know you guys have tuned into me for the truck stuff and whatnot. That is not going to change. You are still going to get a steady stream of 6.5 stuff. When I buy the wife a 7.3 IDI, you guys will get content on that. But I also wanted to start doing content on four-wheelers. So we'll just broaden my horizons a little bit, tinker on projects on the side, stuff like that. Figure I'd share that with you. So here she is, in all of her neglected glory. We will be tearing this four-wheeler down completely shortly. Probably maybe next week's video. Should have the motor pulled out, pretty well stripped apart. So yeah, if y'all are interested in this little side project I have going on, make sure you stay tuned, and as always, have a good one, legends.